I wanted to talk a little bit about why it's important to synthesize the upper and the lower chakras, why to bring them together. In most of the literature about chakras, they're really giving a linear idea, a vertical idea from the root, second, third, and so forth up to the crown, and that the chakras awaken in a vertical movement. And that may be true. And as we develop our energy system, our body and energy body becomes nonlinear. And the chakras, instead of functioning more vertically, start to orbit, kind of like energy or planets revolving around the sun. The vertical development and awareness of bringing energy up and illuminating the upper chakras is a concept that, to some degree, has to do with the spirit, the consciousness leaving the physical. But as evolution continues, the physical is turning more into an energetic body, into a light body. So that the whole entire package of upper and lower becomes synthesized. The upper becomes as transformative as the lower, and the lower becomes as transformative as the upper. It can be helpful to develop as much sensation and awareness of the lower chakras and to empower them to continue with their development as it is the upper, and to bring the upper energy downward as we bring the downward energy upward, and they become synthesized. Another thing that can be really interesting to understand is that insight and illumination, a lot of that's taking place through the transformation of chemical compounds or hormones at the pineal gland. And as we learn to meditate, to relax, to expand our consciousness, the pineal gland hormone called melatonin starts to transmute into higher frequency compounds, and that creates insight and, to some degree, a low-grade illumination which builds and compounds over time. However, what we have to realize is that the melatonin is a transformed compound coming from serotonin. And serotonin is developed in the gut. Most of it is in the gut from these activity of these lower chakras. So if this is becoming more weakened because we're bringing the attention always upwards, then the production of serotonin, which also helps us to become more accepting, grateful of what's going on in our life, have this attitude of gratitude. If we're always bringing the energy up, then the production from these lower chakras is becoming weaker. So we need to use our techniques of meditation and chakra work to activate and to create as much strength in these lower chakras as we have in the upper chakras. And to some degree, the upper chakras, some parts of them are actually overactive because we do so much thinking, we're so conceptual, and also because we're constantly now focusing our attention on digital screens. This is really an important thing to recognize. So we're activating these upper chakras, but then we're squeezing the frequencies into just a small band of energy. And that actually limits what we're able to see rather than expands it. The main point is that as we're developing the upper chakras, we should also develop and empower the lower chakras, and they become equal in force and equal importance in the birth of the light body. So I would encourage you to take a look at that and understand that we're moving from a linear process into a nonlinear process. So the chakras are not functioning vertically as we develop, they're functioning more orbitally. And eventually they will move into like an atomic movement, like electrons moving around the core of an atom, that core being the heart chakra. And with the orbital idea, the chakras start to orbit around this synthesized heart center, which is functioning like the sun. And it actually has a connection to the vibrations of the sun. And that's another discussion for another time. So let us know if you have any ideas about the lower chakra, upper chakra connection. Have you been having any trouble with the areas related to the lower chakras, the organs, the functions? And could that possibly be because there's too much emphasis going upward in your practices? If you're interested in going further with the chakra work, you can follow the link below to our chakra workout course. It's really helpful to develop a good, sound foundation for the work and the development of the chakra energy and its healing potential, its life potential, its creative potential, and beyond.